Welcome to InvestingFlix, the ultimate destination for financial education and wealth building. Whether you're starting your personal finance journey or leveling up your investments, we've got you covered with expert insights, strategies, and tips to achieve financial freedom. Subscribe now and take control of your future. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. When asked which was in worse shape, Twitter or the federal government, Elon Musk admitted the government was far worse than expected. But he also saw a silver lining. The worse the problem, the greater the opportunity for improvement. If the system was already efficient, making changes would be tough. But in this case, the dysfunction is so broad that finding ways to fix it is easy. Musk explained that cutting government waste is like standing in a room where every surface is a target. You can't miss. There's waste in every direction. His team has discovered a massive amount of inefficiency across departments. In every single government agency they've examined so far, they found way too many software licenses and media subscriptions, more than there are actual employees. Even worse, some of those licenses showed zero usage, not a single login, yet taxpayers were still footing the bill for thousands of unused subscriptions. It's not just software either. Credit cards are a big issue. They found that there are twice as many government-issued credit cards as there are employees. Each card typically has a $10,000 limit, and there's still no clear explanation for why so many are needed. Another major red flag is unexplained treasury payments. Some payments went out without codes or clear descriptions. After investigating, they found that some of these payments were tied to contracts that should have been canceled, but no one shut them off. So the companies just kept getting paid. This raises the question, is it waste or is it fraud? In many cases, it's hard to tell. But the bottom line is that money is leaking out of the system without accountability. A particularly troubling issue Musk highlighted involves nonprofits. The government can send large sums of money to so-called nonprofits with very little oversight. Once the money is sent, there are often no follow-up audits or controls. These nonprofits then give themselves massive salaries, buy jets and luxury homes, and expense everything to the organization. Musk emphasized this isn't a one-off issue. It's happening everywhere and at scale. Musk explained that the government is essentially run by layers of computers and bureaucracy. Even when the president issues an executive order, it must pass through numerous hands before reaching a system that actually executes the command. If someone wants to understand how money is being spent or trace fraud, they can't just ask people, because those people will ask someone else, who will ask another, and eventually it ends up with a contractor who may then have to request access from another contractor just to run a query on a computer. So the only real way to fix it is by going straight to the source, the computer systems. That's what Musk means when he says they're reprogramming the matrix. To eliminate fraud and waste, you have to analyze databases directly and track electronic transactions. Money doesn't move around in trucks. It's all done digitally through systems like ACH or SWIFT. To see where it's going, you need to look at the actual data flows. Musk believes that if their work continues without being blocked, they can save taxpayers $1 trillion in waste and fraud by the 2026 fiscal year. But he warns that there are people actively trying to stop that progress. He says the majority of the fraud they've uncovered is connected to left-leaning nonprofits. While some misuse exists on the right, the overwhelming abuse is coming from organizations on the left. He believes this is why certain people, especially those in political power, are targeting him. His team is cutting off money that these groups were depending on, money that was flowing through entitlement programs and other benefits that were not being monitored properly. These included payments like Social Security, Medicare, unemployment, and small business loans, some of which were going to people not even legally eligible to receive them. Musk claims that through misuse of entitlement programs, Democrats have managed to bring in tens of millions of illegal immigrants who are then financially dependent on the government. In turn, they vote overwhelmingly for Democrats. He says this is not just a political concern, but a financial and systemic one. Musk believes that this misuse of public funds could add up to over $100 billion, possibly even $200 billion. And because his efforts are exposing these systems, he thinks that's why he's being aggressively attacked by some on the political left. According to him, they see his work as a threat to the financial pipelines they've relied on for years. What really concerns them, he says, is that his team might succeed in turning off massive amounts of fraudulent entitlement spending that's been propping up political influence. Beyond fixing government waste, Musk also talked about the future. He predicts that artificial intelligence will become smarter than the most intelligent human being within 10 years. That would change everything. According to Musk, 90% of all driving will be handled by autonomous vehicles by then. And in just 5 years, half of all miles driven will already be autonomous. He also believes that in the near future, robots will become so widespread that they'll make goods and services almost free. The cost of living could drop dramatically, and people's standard of living will rise. Not because they're making more money, but because their needs will be met with minimal cost. With tens of billions of robots able to provide services and produce goods on demand, the challenge won't be material, it'll be emotional. People will need to find purpose and fulfillment in a world where most work is automated. Musk thinks the next global battle won't be over oil or land, but over who controls the manufacturing of AI chips. That power will shape the future. If China gains the upper hand and controls more of the chip production, then China could win the AI race. But for now, he believes the US still has the lead, at least for the next few years. Looking ahead hundreds or even thousands of years, Musk believes that if SpaceX is successful in getting humans to Mars, that's what he'll ultimately be remembered for. Despite everything else, from Tesla to Twitter to AI, he sees Mars as humanity's next great chapter. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below. For more expert insights on personal finance, investing, and wealth building, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out.